What's up guys, Duro here. Welcome to this another ranked match of Season 3 of Warno. And this time I'm playing my favorite 7th Panzer Division. Even though it got nerfed a bit during the latest patches, I still love its versatility, its possibility. It gives you so many possibilities to play, so I want to test that in this Season 3 ranked games. My opponent Astra is playing the Div Mob, the totally broken division, and I would like to show how to properly deal with this division. Although I don't think he is blobbing like most players do with this NATO KDA variant. I still think that it gives player huge advantage over whether you do or not do mistakes, because it forgives you almost everything. So he deployed with F-16 to take out any of my recon choppers, which he is successfully doing. I stopped my corps to interfere with him, but both managed to miss, and F-16 is successfully evacuating after killing both of my recon choppers. Now he went with the forward deploy para commando into the sector. My idea was to take care of the Boris, even though it would cost me most of my deployments, because this sector and this side is fundamental for me, then later attacking into center. I usually don't send anything to the Gregory, because it's just so easy to contain and to later to attack. You have so many positions to use the cover from which you can assault by infantry and support by BMPs or the tanks. I sent small force over here because I expected that he would do some stupid push into Feder and then swipe to Elena, but he's not doing that, so we are now going to fight over the sector Boris. I'm surprised that he went very defensively, because if you're playing Div Mob, the totally broken division, you want to play extremely aggressively. You want to have momentum, and you want to blob, and you want to take sector by sector from your enemy. You don't even want to start with CVs, because you want to spam as much of those OP M41s and reservists as humanly possible. So this is quite weird that Astra went like that. He probably expected me to push into the center. There are 2 para Milan 2s, which are quite expensive ATGM infantry squads. Nevertheless, I am taking the Boris. He is responding with sending Alpha Jets, which are only 6 HP, so every hit from the coup can easily kill one of them. First Alpha Jet was killed before it was able to drop his bomb. The second managed to kill one squad of Mochutsen, but was able to escape because my cub missed twice. I'm slowly taking the sectors, giving my opponents a slight point advantage, but it doesn't matter because I expected that he will have upper hand at the beginning, although he's not playing aggressively as I thought he would. I brought plenty of T-55s to try to counter his M41s. He didn't brought any M41s, so maybe this is not a proper way how to display the powerful side of the Div Mob which Astra is playing, but still it's a funny game, and I'm sure there will be a lot of fights that would be huge and massive, because we are not currently fighting, but we are massing our troops and trying to, on both sides, stabilize the front line, so then we can continue push each on other. So he managed to bring Fusiliers into this forest line. He got this forest line already, although I think... Oh, actually these are ATGMs, so I just wanted to tell that you want ATGM to be placed in this forest line, but he has 2 of them. And now he's bringing much more Fusiliers. To my surprise, he did not deploy any reservists with the broken M75s, which are the Belgian version of M113. Broken because it costs same, only 20 points, but it has much stronger armor and it's still the 50 cal, so it can provide an excellent fire support for very cheap price. Astra brought M55, which is another broken unit. The Howitzer for 230 points with almost 5 HE damage, huge suppression, but it has a long A time and it shoots only 2 shots in a salvo. It seems that he spotted my T-55, so he's firing over there, but his paracommando were called in attempt to either get into this tree line or to cross the forest. Now he's bringing the Para Unimog to use its Milan ATGM, but unfortunately this unit doesn't have very good stealth, so it was immediately spotted by my exceptional recon and killed by T-55s. I probably saw that those shots are coming, so I immediately moved my units to the left so they can continue firing at the enemy. He has some recon unit. This is a reserve recon with the weaker version of the law, so it won't be able to do anything to my T-55s. My idea was to take this forest line, place ATGM and T-55s plus incoming Shilka, and to be able to fire on this road where his reinforcements are mainly coming. He is sending another Alpha Jet, but I noticed that and I'm quickly spreading my tanks because this Alpha Jet is very slow and this gives me ample time to react on anything he does. So Coop missed, but Shilka managed to damage it, and the second shot of Coop killed the Alpha Jet. I think he only has one more. Machutsan are moving forward to clear this forest out of his commando units. His RT did not manage to do any proper damage yet, as I keep my units moving, so I did not let him utilize so far. These Machutsans are also moving to this tree line to kill these Fusiliers and clear it for myself. Astra managed to put units into defensive positions. It's quite weird because these are very fragile trucks armed by 50 cal and ATGM. I think you more like want to put them more behind so they can utilize the range, because now they're very close and can die easily to BMP-1s or RPGs. I think you want to combine one paracommando with one Ural and another paracommando with another Ural. Nevertheless, he deployed Milan 2 over here. My Concourse is firing on his strikers. I think he should have started with those M47s and strikers much earlier. What is really weird to me is that he is spamming the wrong unit. Yeah, he's spamming these Fusiliers with RL-83s, which are actually good unit, but they are not exactly the main strength of this div mob. I always put my SPW over here because, as you can see, there is a broken line of sight due to this valley, so I can put CV over here, but he can't see me, so I'm perfectly safe. He's bringing the Alpha Jets, trying to catch one of my Machutsan in the open, but I'm also bringing my MiG-23 fighters, and I also have 2 Cubs, so I don't expect this Alpha Jet to reach its objective. And it was killed immediately because these missiles make 6 HE damage. So it one-shots all of his Alpha Jets. Now this BMP-1 went to kill or find some suitable targets like the AA, but it managed to find 4 Fusiliers. So it's going to die. And this T-55 also got somewhere where it doesn't want to be. My T-55s with T-72 and BMP-1 are pushing into the middle. I did a mistake by using smoke on front vehicle, so I'm falling back. What I need to do is to bring Arty to deal with these Milan 2s, or alternatively I can also push by infantry instead of tanks. I choose the former, so now I'm going to try to kill his units in the buildings. MiG-23 ML is now patrolling over the skies. I think he still has 1 Hawk AA somewhere, or maybe I managed to kill it by the BMP-1 which got over here, I don't know. But he still has plenty of bombers that can be utilized, so I wanted to be sure that skies are under my control and that I can identify any aerial threats quite early. So as I said, I build up properly, and now I'm going to push right here into the Gregory. These 2 para commandos are just reservists. They are not going to be able to halt my push, even though these are actually not reservists, but they don't have any additional buff that usually these para units have, except they can only forward deploy. But in one-on-one fight, the Machutsan can easily beat them. So this went too far and is now getting fired by SPW and Machutsan SVD. Machutsan SVD is one of the best anti-infantry units in the game for the price. I'm not counting spec nuts or those units are specifically able to kill only infantry, but these can also kill vehicles because they have this small RPG-18. Paracommando is trying to kill my SPW command, but will it be able to? I moved my BMP-1 and T-55s just on time, so I'm not sure if they will be able to stop him. I think he just spotted, and he managed to fire, but it just routed my SPW command. It did not kill it. The artillery is firing on Milan 2, and it actually almost killed his command infantry, so it's falling back. I'm still not pushing into the sector because I was waiting for the command tank. I expected that he would have much more units over there. F-16s went, I suppose, targeted my choppers. They've both got damaged, but will be able to retreat and repair. As soon as the morale of my command recovers, it will be moved back to contest the sector once more. My opponent is still getting +1, but it doesn't matter because, as you can see, the force that I possess and the positions I have covered are giving me huge advantage. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time when I get the center and Gregory firmly under my control, and then from that I can even challenge Dmitry or Anna for 2 additional points. There's 25, almost 26 minutes left, so it's plenty of time to play slowly, no need for rush. My artilleries are now firing into the another Milan 2 squad. They also have these sniper special forces equipped with satchels in one building. He is building up some units over here, but unfortunately to him, I think that it's quite too late for that, because you want to use these cheap units as early as possible. When your opponent has advantage over you and has stronger units like I do, and when your opponent was able to get the foothold on defensive positions, it's very hard to go with the spam. He tried to go forward with 2 of the scimitars, but my concourses are firing on him from both sides, and now it got into the range of the Motschützen, so one of them was killed, and the other scimitar will probably die to the ATGM, and it does indeed. Now this sector was firmly now held and controlled, so I can now consolidate and push into Dmitry, or I can definitely take center from him, as now for the rest of the game I'll be most likely sitting on +2 or more. Now he is responding with Chasseurs Ardennais, which are again not the unit this division is broke for, so I don't think this player, the Astra, really realize what is the main strength of this thief mob. I believe it was his last Alpha jet that was killed by the coup, and in the meanwhile another MiG-23 managed to kill his F-16 as he was just killing my chopper. These pioneers are very good unit for the price, but they have no way to deal with the armor, so they are just going to be killed by my T-55s and Shilka. He somehow catched my artillery and was able to kill one of my batteries. It was my fault, I probably forgot to move it after firing, otherwise it should not be able to do that. I brought 2 force recon squads, so now as you can see I'm pushing into this building. It's very good to push with those, because first the Milan 2 can't target them, and the second they are providing recon for your support, so my chopper and tanks and BMPs can support them with accurate firing on the enemy positions. This concourse is almost now running out of the missiles. If I would put it over here, then I will be able to kill his AT unit. Or actually no, I don't think this is targetable by the ATGM, but his transport definitely is. He is bringing more artillery units, which are strong part of his deck, but I don't think you want to do that when you are losing like this, because surely he is losing another sector over here. These T-55s are extremely good, coupled with the command vehicle. It got into the level 3 veterancy, and it was not nerfed that hard during last patch, and I believe they even shouldn't. I think that NATO tanks should be more buffed, because these T-55s are now costing 85 instead of 80 previously, but I don't want them to be nerfed. I think the other NATO tanks should be buffed instead. Strikers are firing on my T-55A. One of them missed, but the other hit. So another thing that is stupidly OP in this div is that they can bring a shit ton of ATGM. Like, you are not able to run out of ATGM units because you can bring so many that it's humanly impossible to counter that. Although these strikers are missing quite a lot, they keep my T-55 stun locked. Now he's spamming M47s, but my friend, you want to spread them out a little bit, because having them on one spot makes them easy target, and if one of them got killed, the other three will get routed very quickly. Now I'm pushing into the sector to get another +4, or I will actually get +5 if I kept this fully. And I wanted to push over here, but I gave it up because his presence in this forest was very significant, and when I come over this ridge he always can caught me in the open, so I decided to rather go to focus elsewhere. He's pushing with pioneers, which are not a bad units, but again he didn't brought any fire support. These M47s are too far behind to make any difference. I think he should wait for these units to come first and then make a concentrated push instead, but now he's getting challenged over here. So this T-72M is being fired upon. One M47 was killed. These are the ones with heat shot, so even though they don't penetrate the armor, they always score 1 HP hit, because that's how heat rounds work. He's also getting a side shot, so the health of my T-72 is now getting very low, and it will get probably killed very soon. If I will have the second one around, then all this push will be in vain. But this is basically, he showed you what is the strong part of this division. The shit ton of cheap tanks that can just overwhelm any of your medium to heavy tanks. F-16 was able to kill my chopper, but he's evacuating from way, plus I had a fighter in the air, so I was able to kill him. And now it's continuing to fire on another F-16, and it managed to shut down it as well. SPW Concourse has been has got some supplies, but it's still reloading, so it can't fire, but now it should kill the M47. And now my opponent is pushing hardly into the sector, so I realized that I can't stop this, so I decided to fall back with my command. This Malchusen will stay to slow them down, but probably not for long, because they also have the 50 cal and the 2 medium machine guns, making them excellent fire support. But I forgot to fall back, so I will most likely not make it on time. He's bringing another batch of Fusiliers in Unimox, but Astra decided to go into the open and not unload over here. What you want to do is to place your infantry at the edge of the forest and then push from there. He managed to unload before losing them, but still you don't want to keep them like this in one huge batch. You want to spread them out, because this chopper is now going to do a lot of damage. Now he's fast moving all these light armored vehicles down the road, and he managed to spot my CV with cups, so these are going to be killed. I failed to respond quickly, so now I'm going to lose them, but my armored reserve, which I built over here, is just going to move into sector to protect it, and then I can push back into his one which he just retook from me. There are 1, 2 with command 3 T-72s and 2 recon BRM-1Ks. I don't think he'll be able to anyhow beat this advanced medium armor. I'm also bringing T-72M with BRM-1K from this road. He's trying to push with his Fusiliers first, I mean Pioneers, and he's also sacrificing his CV for no reason. I think it will be much more clever to put the CV over here to give the veteran secure M47s, which are currently with no veterancy and very easily can be routed by firing from the enemy. Concourse is also firing from the side, but it doesn't matter, these M47s dies to a sneeze, so it doesn't matter if it hit them from the side or from the rear or from the front. He's also bringing M41s over here. He's managing to get to this part of the sector. He will probably even able to reclaim part of the sector back if you put a command vehicle over here. So now he is finally playing this division as he should from the very beginning, except over here this infantry has no armor support, so it's going to die, but these M41s and M47s had a chance to do some difference, but not in that late part of the game. I already set up front lines, I have armor superiority and unit superiority, I have a lot more conquest points and getting more and more. So if you want to do something like that with this div mob, you have to do it early game, and you can actually do it early game because these units are dirt cheap. But right now you don't want to fight T-72s in the open, and that's exactly why he is falling back. Now my T-72s are also with command tank going to get the Mitri back. This part of the front line is not moving anywhere. He has nothing over here, as he tried to push but it was eliminated by my prepared positions. And the funny thing is that even if you screw up with the div mob, as you can see in my previous game, which I already posted on my YouTube, it will give you another chance. Like this div mob that blue is playing can come back very easily, but at this late stage of the game with so many losses Astra managed to acquire, he could not do anything anymore. So Astra currently purple, victory ratio above 50%, 11 games with NATO. He probably played this div, but maybe not, because he was not playing it very correctly. I assume that if he would play it as it should be and focus on the strengths, then I believe that he would have a much better chance to win against me. And this is no way to meant to shit on Astra or anyone. I just wanted to point out that there are some learning points from his performance that he's shown in this game. T-55 did its job. Coop was able to one-shot Alpha Jets. He actually brought the HE2 and also the basic HE variant. This one I don't believe is really effective, but the HE2 is really good for the price. And Mochutzen were also shown to be very effective. Concourse also killing, one-shotting his very effective tanks, which he brought very late into the game. So that's all. If you like this game, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I don't do this for the ad revenue or YouTube money. I wanted to show players that they should not be afraid to play the ranked games in Warno. Season 3 started, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's a very good time to hop in and try to challenge even the best Warno players of this game. So, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.